Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. You know, I've made a couple of comments if Jeff Bush decides to run in for the Oval Office in 2016, which he probably will. What I said is we've had enough Bushes. And you might want to go take a look at the Bushes and start off with George Bush Sr.'s papa. Yeah. His name is of interest too. It's Prescott Bush. Prescott. Yeah, seemed like a real nice guy. And if you go to Wikipedia, you can see about his history and his potential climbing of the ladder. There's a real interesting article as well on The Guardian. And it's titled, How Bush's Grandfather Helped Hitler's Rise to Power. Now, what's interesting is that, according to this article, George Bush's grandfather, the late U.S. Senator Prescott Bush, was a director and shareholder of companies that profited from their involvement with the financial backers of Nazi Germany. The Guardian has obtained confirmation from newly discovered files in the U.S. National Archives that a firm of which Prescott Bush was a director was involved with the financial architects of Nazism. It says his business dealings, which continued until his company's assets were seized in 1942 under the Trading with the Enemy Act, has led more than 60 years later to a civil action for damages being brought in Germany against the Bush family by two former slave laborers at Auschwitz, and to a hum of pre-election controversy. Now, let me understand this. His fortunes were seized under the Trade with the Enemy Act. How come that doesn't happen to Barack Hussein Obama? Huh? I mean, he's trading with the enemy, isn't he? This isn't about Obama. This is about Prescott Bush. It says the evidence has also prompted one former U.S. Nazi war crimes prosecutor to argue that the late senator's actions should have been grounds for prosecution for giving aid and comfort to the enemy. Once again, what's Obama doing? Huh? He's giving aid to the enemy. What did he give to Mohammed Morsi? What was it? 200 Bradley fighting machines, 20 F-16s, $8 billion? That's not giving aid to the enemies of America? Well, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, it says the debate over Prescott Bush's behavior has been bubbling under the surface for some time. So what you really want to do is take a look at this, and it's very, very interesting. You know, this isn't a whole lot different than the Kennedys. The Kennedys made their fortunes smuggling booze. And it looks like the Bushes made their fortunes by their daddy working with the Nazis in the banking industry. See, the Germans had to get rid of an awful lot of money because they took it from the Jews and anybody else they could take it from. Anytime they conquered a country, they took all the wealth, whether it's in gold, silver, paintings, architecture, whatever they wanted, they took. And who knows? Yeah, you really want to have a look at this because you're going to find it rather fascinating. I think we've been sort of screwed along all the way through. I got another email. You might want to go check this out too. This is on Billy Bob. And Billy Bob evaded the draft. And he was actually pardoned for having been a draft evader. Yeah. You know who else evaded the draft? Well, it's George W. Bush. He didn't evade the draft. What he did was actually worse. He deserted. Yeah, he was in the National Guard, and they changed the rules and the laws. Yeah, what had to happen was they couldn't go to their own doctors any longer to be certified to be healthy enough to fly. They had to go to a Air Force doctor. And Bush, being a boozer at the time and a user of, I would imagine, illicit drugs, couldn't have passed. So he decided to skip town. Yeah, he went to work on some senator's campaign in one of the states. And of course his daddy protected him. You know what I mean? They do that all the time. But what does this tell you? Well, this tells you that the Kennedys were corrupt. I mean, they were. That's how they made their money in booze. It tells you that the Bushes were corrupt. Prescott was working with the Nazis. That's why all of his stuff got taken. And he also obviously had a lot of stuff left over because the Bushes never suffered for money. And then you got Billy Bob, who evaded the draft. What does that tell you about our leaders? Huh? It tells you that they're all garbage. That's what it tells you. And I can see the lineup for 216, if there is ever a 216. You got all these Republicans jockeying for position, are going to tear each other apart again. They're just such a stupid process. Makes no sense. But anyway, it is what it is. And who knows, we'll get another one of these zingers in. If we get another one of these zingers in. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I've made that clear countless times. So, do yourself a favor. Look up Prescott Bush. Look him up under Wikipedia. And look him up under the one that's right below that. And it's titled, How Bush's Grandfather Helped Hitler's Rise to Power. Hey, I don't make the news, all right? All I do is try to point you guys in the right, and you gals, in the right direction. Tell me what you think. I sort of told you what I think. We've had enough of Bushes. We've also had more than enough of Clintons, haven't we? Huh? I think so. And we've had more than enough of the usurper. Haven't we?